Hey, here we are. We are back, and it's been a while. It's been about a month. Another Boulder Business Spotlight, and you guys will try to recognize where we are. I've got the mountains in the background, standing outside on a beautiful patio of this business. I'm going to give you a quick peek inside before I step back out and talk to the real star. Some of you guys will know this place. Others may have seen the logo, but this is what it looks like in here. Those guys didn't know they were going to be on camera. They were not invited, but we'll come back later. Great little space in here. They have two locations in town, guys. This is the east side over here off of Flatiron Circle. I like to orient Flatiron Circle, which is just off of 55th Street, in between Arapahoe and Valmont, more or less. They also have one up north, Lee Hill, little spot up there. You guys starting to hone in on where we are. We are actually at the Upslope Brewery, actually Upslope Brewing Company. I'll read that right off the list. And I know you guys want to know, what do I love about Upslope? Well, there's a lot. There's a lot to love, including this tasty little dark Mexican lager that I'm sipping here. But let me get right to the chase. I found these guys. How did I find these guys? Well, funny enough, I used to do some work at this space because they share a little workspace with Ozo, and I would come down here and do some work, computer time. And I wandered over here and I said, oh my gosh, this place is brilliant. You can hang out here, just transition from your afternoon activity right into happy hour. It is a brewery. They produce all the beer here, and some up north. We'll get to that in a minute. But what did I know? How do I really know these guys? I have to tell you a story. Way back when I was a kindergarten or preschool drop-off, I saw a young man come out and he had a hat on that said Upslope. I said, Upslope, I love Upslope. Do you happen to work there? And he said, no, one of the founders. And I said, well, I hope that our kids like each other, because I want to be your friend, because I love Upslope. That's a true story. That's how I found these guys. Got to know the man who's about to be on camera and his beautiful family over the last 4 or 5 years. So not a lot of time, but I'm going to turn the camera on Mr. Dany Page. He's right here. I'm going to put the camera right to this man. Thank you so much for joining me.
No problem.
And I'm going to make sure that I have this oriented right. So here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a couple things. There's something I love. I see you guys around. You guys are a family-run business. You have partners,
Yep.
but you're really involved in the community as well. I've seen you supporting events.
Yes.
That's something that's dear to my heart. Tell me, like, when you started this brewery, did you see it growing to something like this?
Not
in the
really.
Boulder? No. Okay.
Not really. We planned like a small and kind of like not we never planned to be that big. And again, we are relatively big in comparison with other breweries. Still, we are small comparing with other breweries. But yeah, we never, me and my partners thought that we were gonna grow that much.
Okay, tell me this, Dany. I'm gonna slide over here. Get right next to you here for a second.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, here we are. We're drinking. Tell them what we're drinking first of all.
Yeah, it's a dark Mexican lager. It's kind of a version of a Negra Modelo.
Okay.
So, but craft, really flavorful.
Yeah, it's delicious. So it's here. We're about 12:30 lunchtime beer. Tell me this. What made you decide to open a brewery in Boulder, Colorado?
Well, that in Boulder because my wife and my partner. Like my wife is from Aurora, Colorado. I opened business before. I opened a brewery before in Patagonia, Argentina, and after 10 years running a brewery over there, I met at that time my girlfriend, and she was from Colorado, Aurora, so yeah, we thought that we can give a chance to open, work here for a brewery or open something here. And I met my partner, Matt, that he want to open a brewery in Boulder. And so basically, yeah, we meet each other, and it was a lot of good connection there. And we were both thinking at the time to put beer in cans. And because we love outdoors, and we love like Colorado, especially all the outdoors there are, biking, rafting, climbing, hiking. So we say why there's no more craft beer in cans. I'm talking about 12 years ago. So we decided to put good beers in cans, and we started with IPAs at the time. Not a lot of people have IPAs, so no one in Colorado have an IPA in a can. And we decided to do that. And yeah, and the rest is story. I would say.
There you go. It's perfect. It's perfect, Dany. So think back, folks. 12 years ago, there were no beers in cans. It just really wasn't. You could get like Coors or something, but
no,
you couldn't
it was the only craft brewery was putting beer in cans was Oscar Blues at the time. Actually, Oscar Blues is the first craft brewery putting beer in cans and US, but they don't have IPAs in cans.
There you go.
So, and we not only put IPAs in cans, we put also Belgian beers in cans, and at the time everybody was looking, no, you should not do that, you know. And one, you know, you go in a liquor store and you kind of see how many IPAs there are in cans there, and we were right about it.
I'd say you did something right. Tell me this: what's your favorite thing about owning this this beautiful brewery?
I will say the stuff that you can do with the community. We are a B Corp certified business, and that we earn it with really hard work, that certification, helping community, environment, you know, a lot of social stuff, and dealing directly, you know, with the needs of our employees, the people that we work. I love, you know, I love that part, the aspect that you can produce an impact and the community on with the people you are working. You know, when I used to work for other business, I couldn't have much impact, you know, on certain things, and that's the thing I like it.
Fantastic. Okay, tell everyone about. You told me this off camera here earlier. Tell us about the North Boulder location over there on Lee Hill.
The North Boulder location basically now is where we started 12 years ago, and that's where is our kind of laboratory. That's where our pilot beer are being produced, and we have a ton of wood barrels, fooders. We brew a lot of different crazy stuff, and a lot of this stuff never got to the big market, but you can experience here in the tap room. And so it's basically our little laboratory pilot plant.
Little laboratory. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to look and see who's there. We got Jen Sabo. I know you haven't been here, Jen. Of course you've been here. Great to see you online. I want to say this. The other thing I love about it, and you tell me why you did this, I love that you can go into the store, the liquor store, and find you know what you're buying. It's all white with a color, am I right? They're all very easy to find. You always know Upslope. I like the fancy art the other guys are doing, but I don't know what I'm drinking. I can't find it. So these guys always let you know what you're drinking. Was that a strategic decision? That's great.
Yeah, like the brand.
The brand.
Yeah, that's my partner was big on that. He wanted really clean branding, you know, and easy. Yeah, fine. Get out of all the color and craziness and try to make it simple for the consumer. Actually, we have even numbers, different ways to identify the products with colors, with numbers, and a really easy way to find the logo. So, but yeah.
So good. It's easy to find. The final last question. Last. Tell them about Snowmelt. You got it right there. Spiked Snowmelt.
Well, that's the hard seltzer. Hard seltzer is being big. We started doing it earlier on, like already almost 3 years ago. And now it's getting really popular. We have a really good natural fermented sugar, you know, fermented here in the building. We are not using distilled alcohol like most of the hard seltzer out there. Then they blend with distilled alcohol, cheap distilled alcohol. We ferment it here in house, and it's great. We have a ton of flavors, and people love it. Yeah.
People love it. They do love it. I saw that show up in my house at a party once. This is it. We're at Upslope. You can see it right above. As always, courtesy of Lovato Properties, we're buying a case of beer. I just decided that sounds good. A case or a case of spiked Snowmelt if you want. But come in, check it out. You got to interact with the post. You got to like it. You got to share it. You got to love it. This is Dany Page. I'm Michael Lovato. We love you guys being here. Come check out Upslope.
Cheers.